Hello everyone, it's Yvonne here to do the bonus reading for Wednesday, Hump Day, 24th of October. Full moon tonight, so don't forget to do your wishes, put your crystals out, whatever you need to do. This is your time to put your intentions out there and not cut your hair. You don't cut your hair on a full moon. Okay, I'm not really sure where that came from. Some sort of witchy thing. Thank you very much for subscribing to my channel. You will notice the last couple of days I have had trouble. I did an update on my Apple iPhone and the silly ass took away my icon for YouTube to upload my videos. So now I'm having to upload them to YouTube directly. They take like 10 times as long and I can't name them and get everything done beforehand because of the time to upload. So I'm having a gripe here. Please listen to me. I'm really pissed off, but I'm hoping to find someone who can help me out with it. Really, honestly, these uploads give me the shit sometimes. They end up always bloody being a bit of a challenge. And this is one time. Okay, rant over, soapbox away. I'm going to use the Beautiful Creatures Tarot to do your bonus read. And I think that is all. Did I do the thank you for just subscribing to me? And thank you for your beautiful comments. I love reading your comments. So keep doing that. Enjoying that to no end. Okay, today. Oh, read these in the right way. Knight of Pentacles. Very nice. Servitude. The Knight of Pentacles. This is somebody coming in to make you an offer, guys. Somebody in with a message, but it's tangible. It's an action card. It's not just like a text or a phone call. This is action. This is somebody actually coming forth to bring you something. Now, I like the Pentacles. Pentacles talk of something tangible. It could be a job offer, could be money. It can be the offer of security too. So if it was a relationship, it would be something more substantial, long term. But the Knight is on his way. Now, the other thing too is the Knight of Pentacles represents the earth sign. So it could be Capricorn, Taurus or Virgo. And the other thing is that it's a slow night. So you may have been waiting for this for some time. He doesn't rush in like the Knight of Swords or the Knight of Wands. He's a little bit more thoughtful, like an earth sign is. He's puts a little bit more effort into understanding the journey here. Okay. So the first card out is the Page of Pentacles. Now that's quite interesting following the Knight, because the Page of Pentacles does talk about a very small message. So it does talk about, maybe you have been in contact with this person previously, and you have been texting, but perhaps you didn't take that seriously. Maybe it was a bit of fun. Maybe it was never anything, passionate or driven. And you've been used to getting messages from this person. It could be that this friend was, this person was a friend, and you've been texting for a while, but you never thought that anything would come of it. It could be that you've been texting or writing for a job, and now the Knight is coming in to make the offer. So whichever way it is for you, that's the sort of feeling you get when those two cards come out very close together. Okay, so this is interesting. Two of Pentacles is the card of balance and flexibility. It makes sense after getting that, because I'm thinking if somebody was giving you little messages and then all of a sudden boomed in with a, something a little bit more serious, then maybe it's going to put you in this Two of Pentacles mood where you're going to be tossing up whether it's the right thing to follow it up or not. So the Two of Pentacles calls for patience, because you're balancing things out, understand, heart over head, head over heart, one over the other type thing. So that's the sort of energy we have here. Oh my goodness, my tablecloth is all skewy this morning and it won't flatten. Okay, so it feels like it's like me. I feel exactly the same after my trauma with this YouTube thing. Okay, so then we have the Page of Cups coming in. Now, there's a lot of new and fresh energy here. So I would say for most of you, this is something new, something you haven't discovered yet. Because it has a feeling of brand newness to it. So I like that. The Page of Cups talks about a love offer, or an offer towards something you love. The cup is I suppose, the signifier here, in that the cup represents, love. It can be that some of you have found out you're pregnant. It can talk about sort of news of a message of a baby being born. It could be a job, but it would have to be something that you were really in love with. So if you're going to go into a job or business, it's something that actually is truly in your heart. It's not just a job. So, okay, I have to move the cards along, otherwise I'm not going to fit them all in, and I like to be able to see them all. Very disorganised, aren't I, this morning? And then we've got the Four of Cups. Okay. Now, I feel like this is where your energy is before this comes in. So maybe you're a little bit sort of, I don't know, cheesed off with life, thinking, things aren't changing, things are the same, you're a bit stuck, bored. In this card, we see butterflies. In the traditional card, of course, you see him turning away a cup because he has 3 in front of him and he doesn't really want the 4th one. But definitely some sort of offer coming in here. And I feel like this offer is for something new. It doesn't feel like a return. Although I think you've had some perhaps contact with this person before, I don't think it's ever been about a relationship. It might have been like, sexy texting, but nothing more. But the Four of Cups looks like you're actually in a place where you're a bit dissatisfied with things as they are at the moment. So you sort of may sit on this to think about it, and that might be where the Two of Pentacles is coming up here. And then we have the Two of Swords. Now, the Two of Swords talks of confusion in this pack. It feels to me more like it's a decision that you have to make here. The Pentacles, Two of Pentacles is sort of tossing up on which way to go. But the Two of Swords is really much more about, making a decision based in what you actually know. In the picture, of course, she wears a blindfold. In the traditional tarot. She wears a blindfold, which means that you haven't got all the information, or you're being blind to what's presented to you. I really feel like here, though, it's a much more of a decision of, if I don't move forward on this, I'm going to have to lose something. That's what this feels like. So it could be that you're in a pretty good job at the moment. You're really liking what you're doing, and someone's offered you your dream job, and you're like, well, if I go for the dream job, I'm going to have to cut out what I'm doing, and I actually really like what I'm doing. But the universe knows best. Okay, and then we have the Six of Wands, which talks about victory. Look at the butterflies on that card. It's just beautiful. This talks about victory. It talks about winning here. And I feel like there is this sort of feeling with you where, you've been bored for a really long time and you're really tempted to take this offer, whatever it is, but there's sort of this feeling like you want to win, but there's so much thought and decision needs to go into this, and you're not really sure which way to go. I feel like perhaps either way is a win-win for you. Maybe that's what it is. It's like whichever way you go, it's like Switzerland. I feel like this is the problem here. You're sitting on the fence about something and you're unable to move forward, even though it's probably been a bit blah in your life. Sort of can understand that. It sort of has the feeling like, you're really invested in something else at the moment. Maybe you're invested in your career and you're just wondering how you're going to fit something new in. Okay, so then we have the Five of Wands. Now, the Five of Wands, it talks about conflict, really. It can be conflict between more than one person, but for me, this really does feel like you've got mental conflict going on here. You're unsure of which way to go. You need more information here. Or you're in this really good situation and something even better's come along, but you don't want to take the chance on moving on to something better if you've got something really good. And then the Five of Pentacles. Wow, we've got 2s, 5s and pages. So there's changes going on here. Now the Five of Pentacles. I feel like the universe is trying to move you towards something. it just is feeling like at the moment that you're really in this place where, because the Five of Pentacles talks about like being out in the cold, spiritual loneliness, and I have this real feeling with this reading that you're in two places, so I can really understand why the twos are here. It's like, you know, this change is here, and do I take it? Do I stay? You know, what I'm doing at the moment is fantastic. What I'm being asked to do is great, but I don't know whether to leave the old and try the new, or whether to just stick with what I've already got. Because there's definite feeling of this sort of sitting in one place. Okay, all right. Three of Swords. Okay, this is making a little bit more sense now. You have two situations here. There's a choice. But the two situations both are equally as alluring, where you are now compared to where you could be. The trouble is, I feel some of you have taken chances before and you've been hurt when you've moved forward on something in this situation. And your reluctance to move forward here is evident because you're really tossing up, your head is really working overtime, trying to work out whether to move forward here or not. It's like my life is really good as it is, but this thing offers me just a little bit more. But the trouble is, when I've moved from something I've been comfortable before into something brand new, it hasn't always worked out for me. Do I take a chance? Do I take a leap of faith? Or do I stay where I am? That's the feeling here, however it applies. Interested to see what this cup is now. Ah, Queen of Wands. Now, you know she was the main card for the reading today. This is you. And what I'm going to say to you is the Queen of Wands is a woman who, or a person, let's say a person because it's energy. She's very attractive, she's sexy, hot, stunning. Not because she's particularly incredibly beautiful, which may be the case, but more because that's her inner light shining. So she has this sort of like charm about her that really, you know, knocks people over. What I like about this is it's saying that whatever way you choose to go here, you have the confidence, you have the power, you have the means, you have everything you need to make this decision should you want to. Now, whichever way you choose to go, this is how you're coming out on top as this Queen of Wands. That's really nice because what the universe is saying, if you chose to stay where you were or whether you decide to move forward here, whichever way you pick is the way that is best for you, and you know that already. So because you're confident, you're standing in your power, you could be dealing with an Aries here too. The card to come out from the Les Vampire deck is Courtesy. However she applies, I will read her from the book still. 38. I bet we're getting shorter time too. Okay. It says, thinking of others creates flow, and the energy shall return to you to the power of 3 by 3. 9. Beauty and grace create harmony in social situations. How does that relate, Spirit? I think this is about you. I think this is about how you manage things. Because the message on the card is thoughtful, politeful, and good manners. So maybe it's about you understanding, you know, whether to put this down or whether to move forward, and doing it in a way that fits with you and who you are. Because you are the Queen of Wands here, which is about determination. So maybe it's about doing something in your absolute highest good here. All right, let you think about that. Thanks, guys.